Aries, I'm here to get you some messages from Spirit where we drop in and we see what energies are coming onto your path, and we get guidance for the best, most empowering way for you to move forward so you can step into your true fulfillment and activation of your purpose. This is not looking so much at the mundane, although mundane circumstances can come into play. It's more looking at the esoteric side of life, the deeper side of life, the life um, journey that gives us more meaning to our experience and what's coming up there for you. Okay, so this is for any significant Aries placement. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Pluto, or if you have a prominent placement in the first house. Likewise, if you are a Libra rising, that makes you an Aries Descendant, and you'll probably find a lot of resonance with this read. So without further ado, we're just going to drop in and see what messages does Spirit have for Aries. What does Aries need to know at this time? What is coming toward Aries on their path? What messages does Spirit have for Aries at this time? Okay, bottom of the deck energy. Ishtar's Lion Gate, 888. Okay, so this is pretty potent. So that I know that you're in a place where you are really defining your boundaries and you're stepping into your power. This could be in connection with a Leo. All right, I see that very clearly. I think there's something here that you are actively drawing a line under. You know the direction that you want to manifest moving forward, and you also recognize that to truly overcome what's held you back, there's a need for you to fully step into your empowerment and your courage to face a new day, to get a new view, stepping ahead. I feel like the only thing that's holding you back is fear at this point. And there's something that you're overcoming from your past, but it does require you to do a bit of a deep dive and shed some veils of illusion so you can see things clearly. And once you go through this process, you get to the other side of it, you're really going to find an important door of opportunity opens up for you that leads you to some kind of happiness. All right. And I think the path will become very clear up ahead. Right now, I feel like there's still some kind of like blocking energy in the way, and that it's largely related to holdover from a particular connection. Okay. A particular connection. You're trying to find the bridge between the head and the heart. I feel that, it might be a situation where with this individual where your head tells you one thing, your heart tells you another, and you're wanting to really make the right choice, but you know that there's something here that's operating on the subconscious level that you need to get a little bit clearer of a view on. So I do feel like you're about to clear out the last little bit of shadow work that remains to be done so you can finally feel like this energy is no longer having an influence or an effect on you as you move forward into your future. With 888, it does look like there's some new direction that's opening up for you, a new doorway of opportunity, but it does require you to have courage and sort of step up into this doorway that's opening up for you. It has very much a doorway of initiation. And you may have to kind of like put some boundaries around this. There might be people who want more into your private process, what you're going through, what your plans are moving forward. And when we're looking at any kind of initiatory process, there's only the ability to move through those doorways alone. And there's something about this that's sort of like a pause, okay? And also the interesting pause, I almost like have the image of a lion's paw, like holding up, like, no, you might need to tell some people no, or preserve more time for yourself right now so you can stay really focused and you can be very clear about what it is exactly that you need to shed so you can step into a lighter, brighter, more personally fulfilling and rewarding time in your life. And it's interesting with this because I do feel like there is something here that you need to shed or you need to release, but you still may be a little undecided about that or uncertain of what exactly needs to be shed. So let's get some more information for you, okay? I do think there's a little bit of the shadow that's still sort of running the narrative, and it could be connected to a sense of pride. It could be connected to somebody who has a strong Leo placement in their chart that maybe sort of challenged you in certain ways that maybe affected your self-worth or how you view what's possible for yourself. Okay, so there's something here to be integrated. Yeah, look at this. Karma of Kutuhala. Okay, so I do feel like you are in the process of moving into that time of rising up out of this. So you're doing the last little tail bit of sort of clearing away the shadow. I feel like it's from a particular connection or just a fear you've had of stepping into the light and allowing yourself to really represent yourself and move into the expansion that you feel very gravitating towards. There's some kind of doorway that wants to open up for you, but it does require that you shed something. And to me, it feels very illusory. It's like a story you've told yourself. Maybe you feel like you're not capable of achieving this, or that there's certain people that you've dealt with that made you feel insecure about your ability to really rise up to this challenge or to step on this path. But there's something that needs to be integrated here. And again, Leo coming forward very strongly, but I feel like you're moving into this Phoenix rising energy. You're closing a very significant karmic cycle that really threw you into the belly of the beast. I got that. Okay. I do feel like it pretty much transformed you by fire. It was like a straightening by fire. I got the fire test of truth, right? Maybe the truth, when you arrived at it, it burned, you know? And there was a lot that was lost in the process, or so it may seem. It was actually more a clearing. You know, sometimes there's intentional burns of the land so new crops can grow, so new things can grow. And I feel like this is what happened for you. There was something almost like something invasive had come in and had taken over the crops that you had growing for you before. And it sort of left you with this like fallow land. And now you're looking at it and you're like, okay, I need to get some new growth going on here. I need to get some new dreams planted, some new seeds for my future sown here. Okay. And so I do feel like this is something that you're in the process of doing right now. You're in the process of tying up this karmic cycle that's held you back and made you feel sort of down for the count for a while, but you're moving into this place of upliftment, expansion, and I feel also the courage to really take that leap or speak that truth or face that challenge you need to activate the transformation and change you're wanting to see in your life. All right, let's see what we got here. Again, just getting the baseline energy, and then we'll do a little shuffling to get some more details. Yes, we have Skull of Light, illumination. So this is what's really interesting. Often we don't discover the light that illuminates our way forward until we first really dive into the darkness, all right? So I think that you're just about on the other side of this. You're accepting an ending. You're accepting the closing of a cycle. To me, it feels like it was with a particular person. And once this is fully embraced, you realize that it's the loss that was required for you to have this renewal energy in your life. So again, there's that image of like sort of like clearing, you know, clearing the land so new things can grow. And I also feel that there was something that was illuminated for you before in an ending that took place in your life, the role that you played in that, the role that the other played in that maybe you weren't able to see before. And this has sparked some kind of inspiration or new view or new way forward for you and how you want to really step into your future. Okay, one more cut here, and then I will pick up part of the deck to do a shuffle with, and we'll see what further messages want to come in here for you. Pearl of Sorrow. So yes, here is this spiral energy. They call these eyes of Shiva. And, you know, Shiva destroys, but destroys to create. Like destroys to clear the avenue so new creativity can come through and birth new beginnings. And this is really reminding me almost of this like serpentine energy with the way this figure is flowing here. There's a flow to how this figure is standing here warding. It looks like, you know, the hands are almost reminding me of like a snake, you know, about to strike. So this does, to me, feel like you're in this place of really sensing things. You feel the advent of change. You feel that something's shifting in your environment. You feel that something's shifting in you. You've also been very patient and you're picking up the more subtle currents. You're noticing the spaces in between. You're noticing the pauses in conversation. You're noticing the words that aren't spoken, okay? And all of this is informing you about something in regard to taking this particular path in your life that you've been considering. I feel like it's something that's inspired for you, but you're sort of like sensing it out right now. You're grokking it to make sure that it's right for you. And I think this is the path that's opening up for you, I have to say, because we have Beta of Spirit Wolf here. You might feel a close connection with Wolf Totem. Wolf may be coming in as an ally for you right now. And look, the head married with the energy of the heart provides the direction. It's the bridge that leads forward to your future. And I do feel like there is something inspired coming in here for you. And it can be very helpful to just tune in to wolf medicine. Wolf medicine is the pathfinder. So where you feel like you're kind of lost in the woods, maybe even lost in the woods of the subconscious mind, there's still little, you know, shadowy figures in there that you're trying to sort things out and trying to see your way to the clearing so you can get a view of the land before you that's sprawling out before you. And you almost have a vision of you like standing on a mountaintop. And I feel like this is something that you want to experience. You may really enjoy hiking, or you may have a desire to live in the mountains, or there might be something about going to a special place in nature where you can kind of get an elevated view and really see the land sprawled out before you. I also feel like this is metaphorical, that you're kind of being lifted up to this perspective with that Phoenix rising energy, a bird's eye view that's giving you almost like a future view of how your path will unfold if you head down a certain direction. This could actually be some kind of intuitive awareness coming in, and wolf medicine will really help you find the path alignment that you're looking for. That's what wolf does. Wolf helps you pick up the scent of the trail that you're meant to be on. Okay, so sometimes wolf can come around when you're needing to listen to your instincts a little bit more in order to transform a situation, where you need to pay attention to your intuition, where you need to be able to go your own way and diverge from popular opinion at times in order to be true to your heart, in order to be true to your soul, to your path. I also think you might find resonance tuning in to listening to maybe some sounds of wolves howling, just to connect you with that wild part of your nature. You might find that there's something that really comes through from this that gives you some kind of guidance that aligns you with your heart and helps you move forward. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into this. I'm going to go ahead and just shuffle just a few more times here just to get some additional messages, all right? And we're going to just do a cut. I'll do a cut to the left, and I'll look at the top card on the right as a way to close the read, but we'll get a shuffle through to just see anything else that wants to come in for you. This is my really big deck here, where I've combined several of my oracle decks. So I have to work with it a little bit differently than I normally do with the read, but I like it. I like doing something a little outside of the box. Maybe you're really ready for that, you know? Maybe you've been in a box too long. Maybe somebody put you in that box, or you cast yourself in that box for others' comfort. And there's something about really owning who you are, owning your path, owning where inspiration is leading you, and being brave enough to take the leap to move forward on this. Okay, so Yes, Alpha of Alcyon. Look at the spirals. It's really coming forward for you. There's something that's calling you, and this also makes me think like the winds of change. It's almost that energy that like whipped up, you know, Dorothy and brought her to Oz. So I do feel like there's some adventure you're about to start, and you can sense it. It's not quite here yet, but you sense it. And there's something about this that is a little bit of coming around the bend again. So there's something you're revisiting in the process as well, okay? But now you have kind of a different view of the situation because of the transformational experience you've been through and all the healing work you've been doing here. Anything else wants to come here before I turn this over? Okay, this is interesting because this card here, okay, landed kind of crossing these two top cards of the tarot here. So I'm going to bring those in to your reading, and we're going to see what this has to say here. Hearth, happiness in our hearts and homes. So isn't that funny? Because the whole journey about Dorothy on that yellow brick road is she wants to find home. So I feel like if you're concerned about this, about finding that place where you feel at home, not only physically, as in where you live, but also, you know, within your heart, I feel like this is really being warded for you right now. This is being protected for you. And there is something here that's bringing more warmth, more healing, more belonging to a living situation for you. Some of you may be working out difficulties at home. Some of you may be looking at relocating. You may want to live in the mountains. You may want to live somewhere that gives you a totally different view. I feel like where you have an inspiration about this, your vision is being protected and you will be guided as you step forward. But there is something about just needing to let go of some last holdover shadowy stuff that keeps you in a place of, you know, containing yourself within an arrangement that hasn't been really working for you in an ideal way. There's some kind of inspiration you're getting here about how to make this better for you. And I think you're going to be guided step by step to that place called home. I also feel like this piece coming in with the fire might help you to do a good burn, you know? Maybe get a little bonfire going, or get a fire pit going, or, you know, something where you can just release to the fire. You can get bay leaves and write one word on each bay leaf, something that you're wanting to let go of. This can be a belief that you have, a fear that you have, something that you feel is an obstacle blocking your way, and you can toss it into the fire. Bay leaf is very purifying, but it also invites in a lot of love. I also do feel like you have a particular guardian spirit that's watching over you right now. That very well could be wolf for some of you that feel a deep affinity with wolf. I do feel like wolf totem is front and center for you. But I'm also picking up like some mythological creature, okay? And it'll be different for all of you. I got griffin energy for some of you, okay? Coming in, kind of interesting message there. Let's see what these two cards are. So from the Paulina Tarot, we have the Four of Swords here. So this is about you coming into a period of time when you're actually going to be able to let go and rest and feel more at ease. It's also you moving into a position of trust with spirit, that you are being guided. I think you've been sending up some prayers. I think you've been connecting with your spirituality. Some of you have been connecting with a loved one that you're very close to, that was always a real source of guidance for you in your life. You feel their presence very front and center for you, very forward for you. And this has been giving you some comfort. I think you're asking for some insight or some assistance so you can find that place called home, find the place where you belong. And look at this, the Magician. This is your energy right here. So I do feel like you're in the process of really alchemizing a lot of old heavy stuff that's weighed you down and held you back for too long. And there's something that you are transforming here, and it's bringing a renewal in your life. And where you have that wish of finding that place called home and that place of belonging or a wish around a living situation. It's in the process of transforming right now, and balance is going to be restored. I also feel like this is you really taking the initiative here. And when we're looking at that magician energy, it makes me think of both your sign and Aquarius, which are both associated with this card. And we just entered the age of Aquarius. So I really feel like you're ready to move into this expansion. You're ready for something more. You're ready to look at things in a new way. Maybe you have some different ideas about a living situation, something that's going to come in. It's very inspired. It's some kind of download you're getting. And I think you need to trust this because you're going to have everything you need to take action in this situation. It's going to transform the situation and bring a lot of happiness and renewal for you. I also feel like this is you really stepping into your destiny, into your North Node. And when we do that, we are absolutely stepping into that place called home within ourselves. And let me take this top card here and see what we got. Oh, yes. This is a truth that you're arriving at. It may have started to filter in for you near the holidays, okay? And I feel like this is going to grow, and soon you'll be acting on this truth, and it creates some kind of major transformation in your situation. I believe that it first begins with speaking something, you know? It first begins with you really communicating something that needs to be expressed, that you've held in for too long. And perhaps it was held in for too long because it was operating more on the subterranean level. It wasn't in your conscious awareness yet. 22 on the clock, but I feel like this is coming into alignment with you now, and you're just about to take this action, and it brings an incredible amount of success and really feeling like, yes, you know, order is restored here. I feel like I'm on the right track. So let's go ahead and check out what this card is that was on the other side of the split. Obadiah. Beautiful. Look at this. It almost looks like that phoenix, you know, landing on the crown and bringing the wings down to surround. And the way the hands are formed here, it reminds me of a Kriya that we created on one of our Panchakarmas here that we did as a community at Broadcoven, that was about representing the Ace of Cups and all this energy pouring in from spirit to fill the heart. So I feel like you're coming into some place of spiritual alignment, and that there's some new beginning that's coming for you. It's an emotional beginning. This could be opening the heart, softening the heart after there was a lot of heaviness there. And I feel like you're ready to get wings with this thing and move into this expansion where you're really ready to like let down your guards and open up your heart again. And it's informed by this transformational process you've been through. So there may even be some kind of spiritual connection coming your way, somebody that you feel is a soulmate. 23, 33 on the clock, okay? You might have some help in the spirit realm with this, all right? They're lining everything up just so. And when it comes time to take action, it's going to happen very rapidly. 23, 44 on the clock, okay? So angels on deck. There's definitely something that's being orchestrated here by a hand higher than yours. That's what I got, all right? So I think all you really need to do is just really trust the vision of where you're being guided and the transformation you're being called to make at this time. And I feel that it begins first with the truth that you arrive at in your heart, and the willingness and the courage to let down your walls. So something can be communicated that actually gets these cogs set in motion. And from there, it's a whole new view as you take flight towards your North Node.